Good morning, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Shelby Jones coming at you from Jones & Ford CrossFit. Today we're going to be going over another kind of unilateral movement. It's going to be the lunge, then we're going to go to some progressions and show you a couple of different ways to make it a little bit harder. Coach Bryson here, he's going to be demonstrating. We're going to start off with just a regular lunge. We're going to step forward, perform the lunge, and then step back to where we're starting. We'll go through some key points on the movement there too. Right? Let's see it. Your best lunge possible. Boom! Okay, pause. Right there. If your lunge does not look like this in the bottom, you're doing it wrong. Just kidding. Okay, couple key points right here. 90 degrees on the front leg. Boom, boom. 90 degrees on the back leg. If you look at the front foot, where's your weight? Whole foot. A little bit more on the heel?
Yeah, it's all on there.
It's not here though, I can tell you that. Heel's still on the ground, weight's not on the toes. He's gonna push back and go back to that starting position. Boom! Go ahead and switch legs. That side looks the same. It's amazing. Okay, and then back. So same thing, or same technique would be going into walking lunge. Making sure you extend your hips all the way at the top before you take that next step, and making sure that you're driving through the whole foot, not just the toe, not just the heel. The next movement that we're gonna do is actually gonna be the box step up. So we're gonna do that with no weight, and then we'll go to the weighted lunge and weighted box step up. So box step up 2, basically almost the same thing. You're just lunging up. Think about like walking up stairs. So go ahead and lead off with that foot, whole foot on the box, driving up, bring your other foot on top of the box. Pretty easy, and then back down, the exact reverse. Okay, so whenever you're coming up, go ahead and start with the foot on the box. Right here, you notice too, his knee is not too far forward. Go ahead and, there you go, good. So he's driving through with the whole leg. He's not just completely quad dominant, and he's not completely glute dominant. You definitely wanna drive with the hips on this though, same with the lunge. Not relying too much on the quads. Go ahead and come back down. Let's do one where there's an excessive push off the bottom, or a lean forward, right?
Both?
Yeah. There you go. Okay, so if you look at his torso, go ahead and do it again, just like that. Looking at his torso position, the knee's coming too far forward. This is gonna be something that happens with the quad dominant person. They need to lean forward to really get that momentum to go up and be able to drive off of their quad. So on the way up, you want to focus on starting off with a really low box and then moving your way up until you can actually do it with an upright torso and being able to drive through the hips instead of leaning forward and really relying on the quads. Once you get that down, if you don't want to go up in height on the box or the object, you can actually just add some weight. It's a great way to do it. So if you find yourself leaning forward too much here, you can go back to the lunge and practice doing these with some weight. So we're gonna start off with some dumbbells, 20 pounds. I hope Coach Bryson can handle that. Alternating curls with lunges. Yeah. All right. So the same principle goes here as we did before, right? Stepping forward, make sure the whole foot is on the ground. Weights on the whole foot. Go ahead. Perform a couple. There you go. 90-90 with both knees. Chest is staying upright. Really engaging the glutes too, making sure that's part of the focus, making sure you're driving with the glutes and keeping the core tight. Whenever people relax, Bryson, whenever you come down, go ahead and shoot back with your hips first. There you go. So that's a little bit more quad dominant. He pushed off his toe. Another one, common fault, whenever you're coming down, go ahead and shoot back with the hips, drop your chest and push off the heel. You see that one a lot too. So that's not being engaged here and also relaxing in the glutes. If they're doing it with weight and they do that, go ahead and take the weight away from them and try to get them to do just a regular walking lunge. Going from here to the weighted box step up, same principle here, whole foot on the box. We want to be able to drive with our chest up and not relying too much on the quads, not leaning forward, coming right back down. Another great way to train these is actually negatives. Go ahead and show them the negative. So we'll go like 3 seconds down, it's a small box. 1, 2, 3, keeping tension the whole way down, not relaxing in the bottom. All right, on to the more fun stuff. We'll drop the weights, pick up a barbell. So We'll start off with a front rack walking lunge. Or just front rack lunge, so we're in this little area. All right, so keeping the elbows up. Core is gonna be very important here. If you relax there, you're gonna have some troubles with this one. Go ahead and step forward. Notice the elbow position when he's lunging forward too. These elbows are not dropping, right? And then driving back up to that start position. Boom, switch legs. Awesome, 90-90 with both knees again, and then back up. We'll go ahead and go just right to, actually, front rack step up.
Take you out.
Bam! Same thing here. This exercise is great for building some strength in shoulder girdle. If you have problems with the front rack too, doing this with no weight is it's a little bit easy. Actually makes it a little bit easier to open up that front rack and hopefully make that front squat a little bit easier. Go ahead, go ahead and do a couple more reps. Full foot on the box, driving up, keeping that chest up, driving through the glutes. Awesome. Are you feeling the burn?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and go to the back rack. Back rack step up, and then we'll go back to the back rack lunge. Which one's easier?
This one.
Right, so if you have trouble keeping that barbell in the front rack, you still want to try to get the same stimulus out of the movement, you can go ahead and put the barbell on the back rack and continue to do the same thing with the lunges also. Just take a few steps back. So if mobility or strength is a limiting factor in doing the front rack, you can always go to the back rack. Awesome. Good. And then one last one for the lunges, we'll do an overhead walking lunge. Chances are if you have a problem with the front rack, the overhead is gonna be a little bit too difficult for you. Active shoulder, so if I was pressing down or pulling down on the barbell, it's not going anywhere. He's locked in tight with his shoulders, pressing up to the ceiling. You notice his rib cage is not flying out either. His core is nice and tight, back nice and flat. His glutes are on. And then back up. Same thing here, right? 90-90 with the knees, keeping that chest up, nice and vertical. Now obviously if you want to make any of these movements harder, you can always add weight. Don't do that until you get the basic movements down first. All right, thanks for tuning in guys. Y'all have fun with these movements. Remember, go at your own pace, don't push it too hard, work your way up.